So this one will not be filmed on YouTube just because I need to test out creation and if they will go into my inbox and post it, even if I'm not trying to post it, because I don't know how far the indecency goes. Now, this particular one here is in regards to the history of how Christ died at the age of 33. He was crucified. Well, that's the year when I was 33 is when Donna Scarlatelli emailed me and said, "Hey, we're ready for your citizenship and your passport, and great, wow." So I shared all my data through Staples, sending her every page of my passport as well as the rest of everything and my wishes for my resurrection, will. And that was my year of death because I seem to have presented myself to this situation whereby this came around after I received the letter from Light of the Immortals kind of telling me to drop the lovedima.com that I had going on. And the Islanders told me that there's no such thing as Arkea Aurora here. I have to run further hit the hills. So then Brendan came in, and the phone calls from Caitlin and Heather came in on the phones. And I moved to Ganesta, then I got taken to Tennessee. And apparently, from what I gather now, the Tennessee thing was supposed to be a one night thing. I was supposed to go in Andrew's chambers in and out. It wasn't an invite to last, it doesn't seem. But then Brendan left me there. It was a mutual agreement because they decided that I was to stay. But then they decided to bring Grizzly in the mix, which Andrew says helped us, but apparently once they enter the room with, cannabis, which supposedly is something that is encouraged in my transcript, but they use that against me, meaning they keep the other broads that they use totally free of any sort of, they don't get high, they don't do any of that to be able to, just like the Kardashians, they don't get high. You get it? All those networks of girls, they don't get high so that their sexual centers attract and seem like a more powerful sexual center than when we are channeling under the influence and then they use our channel for their, sexuality there. Now, that's when I died, when I was 33, is when I died because I had an address, and if Donna Scarlatelli was serious, soon as you send your files, then right away they send you the invite for your interview and you just go for it. You're not supposed to wait in eternal hell fires before your application goes through. So I don't know why it wasn't like 1, 2, 3, 4 and like a ballet, like a dance. And this resurrection normally lasts 3 days, not 5 years. Like I'm already 36. I died at 33, so I've been living dead now 3 years. 2017 since donc Mars, 2018, 19, 20, it's 21. 4 years now I'm living dead. And I say to everyone, this is a story, it's more painful than the Jesus timeline because he died and then 3 days later, the resurrection came about. Now they put a spell on the resurrection itself, and starting with the Resurrection Church, who doubled my baptism for some reason, which shows complete levels of non-faith. Like, how can you have faith in Christ and be a non-denominational church in Christ and at the same time be so scared to have another woman baptized with me? That's politics. That's not being of God. And then the church said I wasn't of God, and then they kicked me out. They sent me to Shasta because I'm not of God. And that's when Jim and, Jade Breland left the church. But now for Jade to have allowed another woman to cash in my check and closed my account, that doesn't make you a Christian, Jade Breland. And you as well, Sir Jim Pastor, you're a fraud pastor, because you calling me not of Christ and judging me, then stealing my Christed inheritance for somebody that you deem of Christ, that's unholy. So you guys are really living a parallel reality there of very fake Christianity, which is very dangerous. So this is a general warning, you know. And they're still trying to, get me by some means to not post my data publicly so that they can cancel the fraud timelines without going to court, which I will do, but I don't know how quickly these people can retaliate and undo their evil will in their hearts, because as long as in their hearts they're still scared, they're not of God, they can't talk to me, they can't come to my room. And I really highly recommend you all snap out of this agenda of, Russell choosing to end me that day, you know? And then as Aurora Mother of New Creation, he's like, you're Aurora Mother of all creation or Aurora Mother of creation. And then I couldn't let go of new creation. So then that's when they decided to crucify me, basically, I believe. And um, now they've used me to create other identities from me. And they thought I would crap out and go, well, I'm still here, so this is going to be corrected, because today the DMV people said that they were going to be correcting it, which I will take for face value, because I will stop, you know, allowing anything besides what is righteous to even be mentioned in hopes that it will go away. And I don't want to hear anything about it as if it never happened. I had told Russell in my first video I made for him that Amber called a loser video, even though she can't make that in a billion years. I mean, anything besides popping a child in my name is way over the top for some people who tried to murder me. And that's no offense given or taken. It is what I've observed as an individual here with breath and organs and blood. So I did say in the video about, the future generation and what the divine will is, etc., that if you want to lie or to do anything, that make sure I never find out. So I don't want to know. Send them on a plane. I don't care who you banged, how many kids you had, how many times around you tried. Just make it vanish and then come over. I don't care. Fucking fuck it. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And then in advanced terms, I've been studying for years now how to make sustainable wear multi-season as we shift. There's a lot of topics on the table, like a lot of topics that has to be tackled out of the little pond of teeny boppers there, and out of all these timelines of trying to fraud my timeline. I mean, you guys killed me enough, to make a fake birthday, and then it's enough. Aren't you sick of crucifying God? I mean, how many more blows do you want to hit me with? Truly, I don't get it.